Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Namaskar. My whole point of making few videos is that we as human beings in general and as an individual should always look out to stay and lead our life more closer to nature with less violence and with as per the instructions of the Vedic scriptures and the Vedas. Keeping this in mind, today I am going to tell you some facts. They are not some secret facts. They are open, known to everyone facts. Only thing is no one has told it to you yet. I would like to tell you some facts, especially about the polio disease, the cure and the vaccine, and what we learn from it. Certainly, from whatever facts I am going to tell you, you have to make your own conclusions. And you will be responsible for whatever actions you take according to your conclusions you make. But it's my duty to share with you some facts of historical facts of polio and some other corporate mistakes. Not mistakes, corporate frauds, not even frauds, something more dangerous than that. So first, I would like to say that polio virus was present in humans since many hundreds of years. But it became a dangerous disease since year 1900. There were small endemics in some area of America and maybe Europe in 1910, 1912, 1920. In 1940s, especially 1945, 46 and like that, there was a big polio wave in America and Europe. In America in 1945 or 46, I don't remember exactly, but somewhere around that, around 55,000 people got infected, 25,000 got cured, 2,500 were killed, they died, and around 15,000 got permanently disabled. That was the highest wave in America in 1945 or 46. Before that, somewhere the polio virus would come. And it was interesting to know that the polio virus would come every year in the summer itself, April, May, June. So why it would come in summer, it has an Ivic angle and it requires another video. But we know the history. But then why was polio virus not infecting the humans or not affecting the humans or not resulting in physical disability before 1900? And that's a very interesting fact. When the humans were living life closer to nature, not artificial human life, not artificial air, water and sewage and food habits. Before 1900, in 1850, 1880, 1 in million or less than that would get physical handicap by polio. But before 1900, almost every child in the age of, every baby I would say, or small child in the age of 6 months to 4 years would get infected by polio virus. The interesting fact about polio virus is that when it infects a child when it is less than 4 years, 2 years, 3 years like that, it gives only mild symptoms but no physical handicap or physical disability. But because of change of lifestyle, unnatural lifestyle, artificial lifestyle, change of drinking water, they called it more and pure water, but I would call it unnatural water. They called it more and better sanitization, but I would say unnatural lifestyle. What they observed, the babies, because they were protected, they would not get infection from polio virus when the babies were less than 4 years. What would happen? When the babies were living a natural life, they would get infected at the beginning of life, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years. Mild polio virus infection in age less than 4 years, mild symptoms and lifelong immunity from polio virus. That's all. With the change of lifestyle, change of water, they called it better water, pure water, but I would call it unnatural water. Change of air and lifestyle and water and sanitization. What happened? The polio virus was infecting the children at a higher age, that is 5 and above. And when the polio virus infects children at a higher age, 5 and above, then it gives rise to severe symptoms, deaths and physical handicap, paralysis, like that. When the polio virus infects child less than 4 years, it gives mild symptoms and lifelong immunity. That was the nature's formula. But when we fiddled with the nature, the polio virus started infecting humans at a higher age, 5 plus and 10, 12, and it resulted in deaths, severe symptoms and permanent physical damage of legs and hands. So, one way of going away from nature, we saw what happened. That time in 1945, 50s, the Western countries, especially Europe and America, did not have any medicine. And actually another interesting fact is, the polio was more prevalent and the polio resulting into physical damage of limbs was more in developed nations than undeveloped nations. Because undeveloped nations, the lifestyle was undeveloped, but it was closer to nature. So, America and Europe had more polio cases and more polio damage to the limbs, hands and legs, and more polio deaths. So, change of lifestyle away from nature, we got a disease, or the disease was there but it became troublesome to humans. To take care of that, in Europe and America they had no medicine. They went for vaccines. And they made a vaccine which was successful. It eradicated polio. But my dear friend, from the year 1950 till 65, monkeys were killed to make the vaccine. Their kidneys were removed and the vaccine was processed to the kidney cells of the monkeys. So there was a lot of cruelty involved. Vaccines is an unnatural prevention of medicine. Ayurveda tells us how to prevent medicines. I will come to it a bit later. Heavy cruelty to monkeys, unnatural process to prevent disease and increase immunity. It appeared that the human society has eradicated polio. And today, there is no polio except in 3 countries. One is Afghanistan, one is Pakistan, and I don't know third country, some country. Wonderful. But I would like to give you some interesting fact that if we meddle with nature, if we behave in a cruel way, the reactions are going to come. See, there is a virus called SV40. That virus naturally is present in monkeys. It was not present in humans before these polio vaccines. It was in monkeys, and in monkeys it doesn't cause any disease. But when the polio vaccine was being made through the kidney cells of killed monkeys, that virus SV40 leaked into the polio vaccines, and millions of people were infected with SV40 virus. Apparently that virus doesn't do any harm to us, apparently. But in 1965 they could find out that SV40 virus is causing cancers. But still the study was in beginning stages. From 1960-65 to 2000, they came to conclusion that SV40 virus is level 2 carcinogen and it is related to almost all types of cancers present in human being. So, yes, to contain the polio, the vaccine was fabulous. But it was unnatural and it was with cruelty. And the humanity has been contaminated with SV40 for permanent. Once it is the virus in humans, it is transmitted from humans to humans and generation to generation. And therefore we see, before the polio vaccine, there was virus, but there was cancer in the human society, but very, very less. And what is today's situation? Almost, in every family, we know some of our family members or relatives have been killed or they died because of cancer. 1 in every 6 person, that is around 20% of people, die because of cancer today. Yes, I won't say all these cancers are because of only SV40. They are because of smoking, other toxic chemicals, again, a highly unnatural lifestyle. But this virus, SV40, that came into human beings via polio vaccine, which was manufactured by cruelty to animals and in an unnatural way, is also a fact. So what we see? We see that to save 2% people from physical disability, we gave cancer to 20% of people. Because we broke the laws of nature. We broke the laws of Vedas. And we went more and more towards unnatural lifestyle and unnatural cure. In essence, I would like to say, polio was existing in human society before year 1900. As humans changed their lifestyle, eating, drinking habits towards more away from nature, the polio became a dangerous disease. It was not a dangerous disease. The virus was present, no danger, mild symptoms and immunity for whole life. It became a dangerous disease because of our mistakes. And to take care of that dangerous disease, we took help of unnatural, violent, un-Vedic ways, and because of that we got a reaction after 20-30 years, which is more dangerous than the cure. Yes, polio eradicated and 25% people getting cancer. That is not a good proposal. Anyway, so that is the summary. I would like to tell you another truth. I am not talking anything specific about coronavirus vaccine, but all the vaccines that are manufactured today, at least 95 to 99% of vaccines use bovine fetal serum in the manufacturing process. Bovine fetal serum is blood of a calf which is not yet born. So a pregnant cow is slaughtered. The living calf is taken from the stomach of the womb of the cow, and the blood is removed from the heart of the calf, and that blood is used in growth hormone and like that to process and manufacture the vaccine. I am again telling that blood is not in the vaccine, but it is used to manufacture the vaccine. We as a human society should learn the lesson that if we create atrocities on monkeys, we got the result. What type of reactions will the nature give if we are doing such a violence to the cows, or for that matter any other animals? I don't know, the results may come after 20, 30, 10, 15 years, but if we behave in such a violent, unnatural, cruel, un-Vedic way, the results are bound to come. And for what we are doing it? A small simple disease which can be taken care of at least a dozen of Ayurvedic ways and homeopathic ways. There are many people who are taking care of COVID-19 with various Ayurvedic, homeopathic therapies, and they are proving 100% successful. Some of them have treated 10 people, some of them have treated 5,000 people, some of them have treated 50,000 people just by diet and following the Vedic scriptures, and they have got 100% results. But we are not following that. I know COVID-19 might kill some people, Few, 1%. Even today's statistics says it kills less than 1% people. And for that, we are doing so much cruelty. We are moving so much away from the nature. As per the law of karma, as per the law of nature, the results are bound to come. When and how, I don't know. But the law of karma, and the law says, the laws of God, they are going to work. Slowly but surely. So I feel, we as humans should not repeat the mistakes. When the disease is so simple, we can cure it so easily, why to go for these violent options? Yes, in Ayurveda also there are various ways to increase immunity. In Ayurveda, a drop of honey and few drops, there is a specific, you have to go to expert. But there is a samskar called as Suvarna Prashan, where little honey and not equal proportion but little ghee, and that taken a drop is taken and it is rubbed on a stone with gold, and that is given to the children, a drop at a day of day 1, day 2, day 3, and that gives you immunity. When I was a child, my mother was telling, when a water is heated to give to the children, every time my mother would add some gold ornament in that while heating the water, and that water was given to us. So there are various wonderful Vedic, natural, non-violent ways to increase our immunity since childhood and even now. Why we should go for the violent, demonic ways? Certainly this increasing immunity according to Ayurveda is a different topic, not a part of this video. I already made a few videos on that topic, more may come in the future. Actually, I intended to end the video at this point, but before putting it upon YouTube, I showed it to few of my well-wishers, friends, advisors, and they told me to make the things a bit more clear. So I am making this additional to the video which is over just now. So basically, I am not saying any vaccination, for that matter, the present vaccination or other vaccinations are not effective against the diseases. They are, but I am saying they are not the proper way of taking precautions. What's happening? Like our Chief Minister and other people are saying, break the chain. And therefore I gave the example of the polio. There are hundreds of examples in the history like that. What's happened, as we saw in the case of the polio? We do a mistake, we behave in unnatural way, we behave in a way which is against the laws of God, against the laws of nature. And because of that we get a reaction. Then, at that point what we do is we may make a bigger mistake. We break the laws of God in a much bigger way. And then we break the laws of nature in a much bigger way, and then we get a bigger reaction. And it continues. Bigger mistake, bigger reaction, more bigger mistake, more bigger reaction, more bigger mistake, more bigger reaction. This chain, human beings as an individual and in a collective way, has to stop somewhere. As it is said, the same mentality which created the problem, with that same mentality, we cannot find a solution of the problem. The problem is, we don't want to follow the laws of God, we don't want to follow the laws of nature, we don't want to follow the laws of humanity. And we are breaking that. We are becoming violent. And the solution, as I mentioned before, instead of going more closer to nature, changing our lifestyle, thoughts, habits, and the solutions, we are making them more violent, more cruel, and more away from nature, more away from the Vedic instructions, Ayurvedic instructions. What is going to happen? A bigger reaction will come, which will be much more harmful and troublesome. So basically, everything boils down to this one thing. In Sanskrit, there are two terms called as Shreyas and Preyas. Preyas means we go for short-term gain with a long-term loss. Right now we are faced with a disease and we go for the solution which itself is going to cause a bigger disease in the future. Right now it will be appear to have given a solution. Yes. The coronavirus may go away, will go away because of the vaccination. But what will happen after 10, 15, 20 years down the line? A much bigger problem will come. And this chain has to be stopped. We have to change our thought process, our lifestyle, our so many things. Otherwise, we'll go on falling into the ditch deeper and deeper and deeper. At one point, as an individual and as a society, and I could take that decision, I could see it, and I am so happy that I could make many, many wonderful changes in my life. About that, I have already made one video a few days back, you can go and see. That is just a beginning of the changes, many more are there. And I have therefore titled that video, Corona, a Blessing in My Life. Because I could take a turn. I always wanted to do it. I was thinking that we have to stop it. But because of this danger in front of my life, I took the decision, no, enough is enough. I have to stop this chain of mistake and reaction, and therefore to correct, to save ourselves from that reaction, a bigger mistake, and then a bigger reaction, and to save myself from that bigger reaction, a much bigger mistake, and much bigger reaction. I could take that decision that I have to stop it somewhere. And therefore I am making this video that this, doing a bigger mistake to save us from the reaction, which is our own mistake, is not the solution. Basically, yes, I understand there is a chance of death. Less than 1%, less than 0.5%. I might also die tomorrow, maybe from corona itself. But there is much less chance. And much better options are available to us. They are not told to you, but there are hundreds of them available. One of them I already made in a video before that. You can go back. But there are many others. I am not saying I am the only one. But we all should know the philosophy, the truth, that we had done a mistake and therefore we are suffering. And to take care of that suffering, if we do a bigger mistake, we'll be getting a bigger suffering. We have to change this thought process. We have to change it, change somewhere. Yes, while changing also, there can be a small percentage of chance of death. But at least we lived life on the right process. I already spoke yesterday that how all this process of making vaccines, each and every vaccine involves a lot of cruelty, lot of violence, and it is not as per the Vedic Ayurvedic instructions. So, it's imminent. We are going to face the severe reactions, which we already saw in the case study of polio, which I took yesterday. So my request is, just this video I am just giving it for information purpose. Everyone should think over it, and everyone should take their own decisions, and they are responsible for their own decisions. I am not. Whether in your life you want to follow the path of Shreyas, short-term adjustment, suffering for long-term betterment, or Prayas, short-term betterment for a long-term loss. And at this moment, every human being should start searching, okay, I have to change my lifestyle, in what direction? That is the question we should start asking. Please understand, in any situations of life, we should always look up to the Vedic and non-violent karma-free alternatives. That is the duty of human beings, especially those who claim to practice spiritual or a life of a higher consciousness. We have to look up to that, we have to find it out. We cannot just be lazy and say, I don't have any alternative. We have to find out at every situation. Please understand, we cannot keep more faith on these corporates whose only aim is to mint money. I am not just saying it like that or accusing someone. I am giving you 2 out of hundreds of facts, proven cases where these corporates have behaved in the most non-gentlemanly or demoniac selfish ways, not caring from any good of the society. They did not care for good and the health of the society. I am giving you 2 established facts. And you will be shocked. One is from healthcare industry, one is from chemical industry. Or we can say food industry, related to food industry. You know this, there is a world famous, India famous, and I know a lot of advertisements I have seen in newspapers and TV and media. Johnson & Johnson baby talcum powder. That company, Johnson & Johnson, is selling this baby talcum powder all over the world since 1960s, late 60s and 70s. Since the beginning of 1970s, the company Johnson & Johnson knew a long use of this powder can and will cause cancers. But they did not tell us. They knew it since 1970, but they did not tell us. Only when it was proven and court case was put against the company in 2015, 2015, that is 45 years. The company knew the talcum powder is carcinogenic, it did not tell us. In fact, it told us it is very good. When it was proven in the court that the talcum powder is carcinogenic, it was proven in the court that the company knew it is bad for health since 1970. They stopped selling the powder in America and Canada only. They are still selling it all over the world. Around $4 billion were fined, but that $4 billion is nothing to what the profits the company has made the world over in 45 years. But it was proved and the company was fined $4 billion because of not telling the facts about the products to the people even when the company knew the facts. So, it is a healthcare industry. All our babies are smeared with this powder which is carcinogenic, and all the doctors who are trained by these same pharma companies, all the pharma companies, advertisements, they tell us it is safe and wonderful. They knew it is not safe and wonderful. This is one example. And there are hundreds of such examples. To keep the video short, I am telling only two of them. The second example is a chemical company called DuPont. It started manufacturing some highly toxic, the most dangerous chemicals on the earth, manufactured on the earth since 1960s. For 50 years it was selling those dangerous chemicals. They knew since 1960 that the chemicals they are selling are the most dangerous and most carcinogenic chemicals. In spite of that knowledge, they are using those dangerous chemicals to make our non-stick pan, non-stick cookware, in which we cook the food, and those chemicals become more dangerous when heated. And they were leaching into our food and we are eating it. The company, the manufacturer knew it is so dangerous. Since 1960, they did not tell it to anyone. In fact, the advertisement, their products is good, safe, clean, healthy, etc. Only when in 2013, again it was proven in the US courts that the products are highly dangerous. It was proven in the US courts that the company knew since 1960, for 53 years it knew that it is selling a dangerous products, advertising as a good product. The company was again fined and some restrictions were put up to sell those products in US and Canada and some parts of Europe. But in most of the other parts of the world, these dangerous products are still being sold as good products. I don't want to, my aim is not to defame any company, although the facts are correct. My point is, we as human beings, as an individual society, in any circumstance, should make a good change in our life, closer to nature. We should try to find out what are the Vedic options, Vedic alternatives, and that is what the people of the world, India, and those who claim to follow the Vedic culture are supposed to do it. I end my video here. Again I repeat, I have told you the facts. What conclusion you make and what changes in your life you take is your responsibility. But I have told you the facts clear enough. Thank you. Hare Krishna.